episode of Comics Review. I'm your host, Kevin Starkey. Let's go ahead and get right to it. First thing I want to talk about is last week I mentioned Halcyon number 3. And I mentioned that I liked it, but it was kind of confusing and that I needed to go back and reread 1, 2, and 3. There's a lot of characters in here. It's a deep story. There's a lot going on. And I went and I reread them, and I actually love them. I thought I would like them, and I definitely do. There's a lot of characters in there, and they go by different names, and it's not obvious all the time. So you definitely have to. I took notes when I reread them so that I could try to remember the characters and how they interact with each other, the good guys, the bad guys, and all that stuff. So I definitely highly recommend Halcyon by Dark Horse Comics. It's a great read. The artwork's amazing, and you just got to put a little extra time into learning what's going on because it's really a lot going on in there. The next thing I want to talk about is Ninjas vs. Zombies. This is a comic book. It's written by Tom Chilemi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is the guy who owns the comic book store that I go to, and he was at Comic-Con, Baltimore Comic-Con this past weekend, and he was selling his comic book there. And it's based on a movie, Ninjas vs. Zombies. This one he gave me, this is the same comic, but it's just different covers, and this is I think this was just printed on a computer. He gave me this one, and I bought this one recently just to, show my support. It's based on a movie, Ninjas vs. Zombies, and I'll put links, web addresses up there for you so you can find that online. I think you can probably get definitely the movie, and you might be able to send an email to Tom from the website I'll give you, and you might be able to get him to send you one. Actually, it's if you like Shaun of the Dead movie, movies like that, it's sort of a horror / comedy type thing. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. I haven't watched the movie yet. But you don't necessarily need to see the movie to enjoy the comic because it's good artwork, the writing's good, it's funny, and highly recommend it. And that is it for that one. I will go on to the next thing here. Phoenix Without Ashes. This is issue number 1 of 4. It's by Harlan Ellison and Alan Robinson. And this one is really interesting. It takes place in the future, but it definitely has an Amish feel to it. Like the people dress in plain dark clothes and no colors, and they have like the beards and everything, and there's like rules, and you have to live a certain way. And there's one guy in here who I guess he got in trouble, was an outcast for a while, and came back, and he's still sort of trying to rock the boat, and the elders or the leaders of this group aren't happy about it, and he finds out some stuff about the leaders and what they're doing, and it goes on from there. I don't want to give away much of it, but it's really a cool story. I'm really excited about this one. The artwork is really cool. The writing is great. It's neat that it takes place in the future, and there's some twists and stuff. Highly recommend this one. Definitely pick that one up. I think this is by IDW. Definitely you'll love this one. And the last one I want to talk about is Highland Laddie. This is issue number 1. It's a spin-off, I guess you would call it, from The Boys. And this is by Garth Ennis. And I saw the name of this, and it caught my eye, Highland Laddie. And I'd seen it a few months ago, and I put it on my pull list, and then after that I realized it was from The Boys, and I thought, well, I haven't collected The Boys, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this or not. And it started out, and I thought, oh, this is kind of neat. I'm not really missing anything, I don't think, by not reading The Boys. But it definitely makes me want to read The Boys. Cool artwork. This guy's got a Scottish accent. He goes home. He's been away in the U.S. for a while, and he's basically getting back together with his old friends and everything, and there's some weird characters in here. And then at the very end, this little twist comes in, and it makes you, you know, if you were maybe thinking you might want to not get this comic, the last page you're like, oh my god, this is so cool, and you definitely want to get this. Even if you're not the Boys fan, I think I'm not necessarily against the Boys. I've never read them. I definitely, after reading this, I think I would enjoy reading them. So I might look for a trade paperback of the Boys. Definitely, I think I would like it. Garth Ennis, he's a good writer, and the artwork in here is great. So, and that was the last comic that I wanted to talk about, Highland Laddie. The next thing I want to talk about is an online comic, or two of them actually, and they are from Humanoid Comics. I'll post links and I'll post pictures. Actually, you should be seeing a picture of the first one now, which is Bouncer #1 and #2. This is a Western, and the main character is a one-armed guy. I guess he's sort of like a sheriff. He's sort of like the guy who, when they're hanging people, he's the guy that does the hanging and gets people ready and stuff. I thought, you know, online comics, they're free. These two are, at least. And I thought, well, you know, I'm out nothing if they're not any good. So I checked them out, and this one is really cool. I like Westerns pretty much as a rule. And this one is definitely very good. The artwork's cool, the colors are cool, and the writing is really good. You know, check it out. If you don't like it, that's cool. You're not out anything. So the second one I want to talk about, it's from Humanoid Comics also. It's Unfabulous 5, issues 1 and 2, and they're also free. And this one, it's about these 5 guys who are sort of a little gang, I guess you could call them, and they wear these hoods, I guess masks, sort of similar to like ski masks. They remind me of like those wrestlers that you see like on Mexican TV. And they have weird names, and they're using like pseudonyms or like nicknames or something. And I thought, oh, this is kind of strange, and it's actually kind of funny, and it's kind of neat. There's like fighting, and there's a mystery, and it's pretty cool. It's funny and neat artwork, and the writing's it's creative, and it's pretty neat. So check it out. I think, you know, you might like it, you might not, but it's free. So I like them. So give them a shot and see what you think. And that is it for this week. I will leave me a comment here on YouTube or over on the blog at twodognight.net, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.